Told my MIL to stop calling herself mom to my baby. Now she's threatening legal action and playing victim at family BBQs. I, 27F, gave birth to my first child, a beautiful baby girl, 4 months ago. It's been an incredible, exhausting, emotional roller coaster. I've wanted to be a mom for as long as I can remember, and having her here in my arms has been the most fulfilling thing in the world. My husband, 30M, has been a good partner through all of it, supportive, present, trying his best to balance work and fatherhood. But his mom, oh, she's a whole different story. Let's call her Linda. Linda has always been what you'd call a little much. She's emotional, overbearing, and inserts herself into everything under the guise of being helpful or loving. I try to give her grace because I know this is her first grandchild and she's excited, but from day one, she started crossing lines. She showed up to the hospital the day after I gave birth, unannounced. She brought gifts and flowers, which was kind, but she also kept making comments like, "I just knew she'd look like me," or "she's going to be Nana's girl," while hovering over the bassinet like she'd just given birth herself. She even tried to stay the night until a nurse, God bless her, gently suggested visitors should leave to give the new family space. At first, I chalked it up to excitement. I figured it was temporary and things would calm down once we got home. They didn't. She started visiting constantly, like 3 times a week, and whenever she was over, she'd act like she was the parent. She'd swoop in and take the baby from my arms, criticize how I swaddled her, or comment on how I was feeding. But the weirdest thing? She started calling herself mommy. The first time it happened, I thought I misheard. She was holding my daughter, cooing at her, and said, "Mommy's here." "Yes, mommy's here, sweetheart." I froze. I was literally sitting 3 feet away. I blinked at my husband, who looked just as confused. I didn't say anything then because I thought it must have been a slip of the tongue, but it kept happening. Every time she held my baby, she'd call herself mommy. I tried to tell myself it was harmless, that babies don't understand language yet, but it started to make my skin crawl. Every time I corrected her gently, "I think you mean grandma," she'd laugh like I was being precious. "Oh, you know what I mean," she'd giggle. "It's just a term of endearment." Except it's not. It's a title, and it's mine. I told my husband it bothered me. He agreed it was odd, but said she didn't mean anything by it and we should pick our battles. According to him, that's just how she is. Well, I picked this battle. The next time she was over, she picked up the baby and, like clockwork, went, "Mommy's got you." I very calmly said, "Linda, I need to ask you not to call yourself mommy." That's confusing for her, and honestly, it makes me uncomfortable. She blinked at me like I'd slapped her. "What are you talking about? She's a baby. She doesn't understand that yet." I responded, "She might not now, but she will soon. And I'm her mom. You're her grandma. And that's a beautiful, special role. Please respect that." She got quiet, made a face like I'd insulted her, and said, "Well, I think you're overreacting, but okay," and left early. Later that night, I got a long text. She said I embarrassed her, that I made her feel like an outsider in her own family, that I was being territorial and insecure, and that all she wanted was to love her granddaughter the way she knew how. She implied I was trying to keep her away, and that nothing she does is good enough for me. Then came the text from other in-laws. Apparently Linda told them her version of the story, that I accused her of trying to replace me as a mother. One cousin said, "I'm sure she didn't mean it literally. Maybe try to be more understanding. It's not like she's trying to take your place. But I just want clarity. I don't think it's too much to ask that my daughter know who her actual mother is. And if that makes me territorial, so be it." Update 1. Thank you so much for the overwhelming support. Reading your comments genuinely helped me feel sane again. I wanted to update you because, surprise, things escalated. After the confrontation, Linda went full hurt grandma. She told extended family that I banned her from seeing the baby. I didn't, and claimed I accused her of trying to kidnap my child. I'm not joking. People I hadn't spoken to in years were suddenly texting me things like, "Family is more important than pride," and "Don't rob your daughter of her grandmother." I didn't respond to any of it. Then came the moment that truly broke me. She posted a photo of herself holding my daughter on Facebook. The caption? "Mommy's girl, nothing like a granddaughter's love." Tagging multiple family members. My stomach dropped. I show my husband, and to his credit, he finally stepped up. He called her immediately and told her in no uncertain terms that her behavior was inappropriate, that she needed to respect boundaries, or there would be consequences. She cried, of course, said I was turning him against her, that she didn't mean anything by it. I didn't wait. I texted her the following: "Until you can respect the fact that I am her mother, Not you. We're going to take a break from visits. I want a peaceful environment for my daughter, and this isn't it. She didn't respond. We've since cut down contact to the absolute minimum. Polite texts for birthdays, basic check-ins, but no visits. She hasn't apologized. She hasn't taken the post down. Funny enough, a few family members who originally criticized me reached out privately. Apparently, Linda has a pattern. One cousin said she did something similar when her son was born, calling herself second mom and telling people he loves me more than his own mother. Another said, I wish I had set boundaries when it started. So that's where we are now. Peaceful, quiet, a little tense on the holidays, sure, but I don't regret it. I will always defend my daughter's sense of family, even if it means being labeled the bad guy by people who confuse boundaries with cruelty. Thanks again, Reddit. You help more than you know. Update 2. I wasn't planning to post another update, but, well, things took another turn, and not the good kind. So it's been about a month since my last post. Life without constant MIL drama has been surprisingly peaceful. My daughter is starting to babble. She's sleeping better, thank God, and I finally feel like I'm stepping into motherhood with confidence. But of course, the peace couldn't last forever. Last Saturday morning, I was home alone with the baby. My husband had gone out for groceries. Around 9 a.m., someone rang the doorbell. I peeked through the window, and guess who it was? Linda, holding a giant pink gift bag. I almost didn't open the door. I genuinely considered pretending I wasn't home. But she saw me through the window and waved, smiling like everything was totally normal. I opened the door, just a crack. Hi, sweetie, she said in the most sugary voice imaginable. I just wanted to drop something off for my girl. I didn't say anything right away. I just looked at the bag, then at her. She continued, it's just a little outfit and a book. No strings attached. I haven't seen her in so long. I just miss her so much. I figured this was a peace offering. Okay, that would have been fine if she'd stopped there. But she didn't. She leaned in and said, you know, I've been thinking a lot. Maybe we can move past this whole misunderstanding. We're both moms, after all. I blinked. Excuse me? I said, Linda, with all due respect, this wasn't a misunderstanding. I asked you to stop calling yourself her mom. You didn't listen. Then you posted it publicly. That's not a miscommunication. That's a boundary violation. Her smile froze. Then came the ultimatum. Well, if you're going to keep me away from my granddaughter, I'll have no choice but to talk to a lawyer. Grandparents have rights, you know. Y'all, I was stunned. Not because I believe she had a case. She absolutely doesn't. But because this woman, who had never been denied access, is now threatening legal action because she didn't get her way. I shut the door. I didn't say another word. My hands were shaking as I called my husband. He came home immediately. We talked it out and agreed that this has officially gone beyond hurt feelings. It's manipulative and toxic. We sent her a message that afternoon, together. You crossed the line today. If you ever threaten us with legal action again, we will pursue a no-contact arrangement. We've made it clear what our boundaries are. We will not engage further until you can take full responsibility and sincerely apologize, not just to us, but publicly, where you made your disrespect public in the first place. No response. But guess what? The Facebook post is now gone. No apology. No explanation. Just deleted. That tells me she knows exactly what she did. Update 3. I really hoped I wouldn't need to come back with another update. After the last one, where MIL showed up at our door with an apology, gift, and a veiled legal threat, I thought we'd seen the worst of it. I thought her deleting the Facebook post meant she was finally realizing her behavior wasn't okay. But no, apparently, she was just preparing her next performance. So, here's what happened. Last week, we got an invitation to my husband's uncle's birthday barbecue. It was a casual extended family thing, kids, food, backyard vibes. I initially said I didn't want to go. I knew Linda would be there, and the thought of being around her made my stomach churn. But my husband gently encouraged me. He said, let's show up, stay for a bit, and keep it polite. We don't have to stay long. I've got your back if she tries anything. Fine, I agreed. Mostly because I wanted to show the rest of the family we weren't being antisocial or dramatic. We just wanted peace. So we went. The baby was adorable in her sun hat. Everyone was cooing over her. And for the first 20 minutes, it was surprisingly fine. Then Linda arrived. She made a beeline for us. No warm-up, no pleasantries. Just walked up and said, I think it's time we move past all this. Don't you? I gave her a polite nod and said, we can talk another time. Let's just enjoy the afternoon. She didn't like that. 10 minutes later, she pulled my husband aside and said she wanted to talk privately. I stayed near the baby, but kept an eye on them from a distance. According to my husband, who told me everything later, She claimed she wanted to apologize, but the apology quickly turned into a rant. She said things like, "I didn't mean to hurt anyone. I was just excited. I felt pushed out, like I wasn't allowed to be a part of her life. I've always called myself mommy to babies. It's just a habit. If she wasn't so sensitive, this wouldn't have been a problem." He stopped her and said, "That's not an apology. You're just blaming her again. You've never once acknowledged that what you did was inappropriate." And then, "This is the kicker," she said. "Well, I tried, but I guess I'm not the only one who's controlling in this family." Yep, that night, my husband was furious. He said he felt like an idiot for encouraging me to go, for believing maybe she'd changed. Later that evening, when most people were a few drinks in, someone brought up the tension between me and Linda loudly. I don't even know who started it, but suddenly people were looking at me, and Linda, from across the yard, said, "I've been trying to make things right, but some people don't want peace." That was it. I picked up the baby, turned to my husband, and said, "We're done here." We left without another word. The next morning, I woke up to, surprise, another long text from Linda. She said I'd embarrassed her again, and that she was trying to extend an olive branch, and I threw it back in her face. She said I was keeping her granddaughter away from her out of spite, and that no one will want to be around this kind of tension forever. I didn't respond. My husband texted her back one sentence. "Stop making this about you. You never apologized, you just blamed. Don't contact us again until you're ready to take accountability." We've now gone fully no contact. We've blocked her on social media, muted her number, and let the rest of the family know we're taking a break from any gathering she'll attend. And the difference in my life? Instant peace. I spent so much of the first few months of my daughter's life feeling anxious about how others perceive me, whether I was being too sensitive or territorial. But now, with some distance and clarity, I realize I wasn't being unreasonable at all. Setting boundaries isn't cruelty. It's love for your child, for yourself, and even weirdly, for the people who need to hear no. So yeah, I'm not perfect, but I'm a damn good mom. And my daughter will grow up knowing exactly who her mother is. Thank you again, Reddit. You've helped me stand my ground through this chaos. I'm not sure if there will be another update, and honestly, I hope not. But if there is, you'll be the first to know.